Alright, y'all, what's the deal, y'all? What's happening? What's cracking? So, we're gonna do a little update video, but we're gonna do a little rundown too at the same time. I'm over here at my crib. Man, I love this thing. This thing is so bad. I gotta do something with this thing ASAP. Hi, girl. Oh my god, I almost lost my balance with my broken ass body. But these are my Viennas. These are the Vienna Skinettes. These are SSR wheels. Speed star joints. I want to get these faces rebuilt too. So these are actually my rears because these have a little bit of a fatter lip. My fronts have a thinner outer lip. But I want to get these rebuilt. These are actually for the E30, so I want to get these rebuilt for the E30 spec so I can run way bigger lips on those. But I want to run big ass lips on those. So I need to get those rebuilt. Those are 17. They're like 17 by 7.5, I believe. I think that's exactly what they are. And I don't know the offset on them. I could find out though, but I don't know. But those wheels are sick. I got them for a good ass deal back in the day. I came up on them off of some fool. Bought them from VR Wheels or 3-piece. It was one or the other. But he had the receipt and everything for it too. But he bought them from 3-piece or from VR Wheels. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was 3-piece, I want to say. And then he bought them and they were the wrong lug pattern. These are 3-piece wheels. So there's the inner barrel, outer barrel, and then the face of the wheel. So those wheels are, it looks like they're factory. Because they're welded still, and then they have the silicone, but they're welded. Like the wheels themselves are welded. Where are they at? They're right here. All right, so let's pull this out of the way. All right, so these are the Viennas. These are my fronts, actually. Shitty specs, but they still look good, to be honest with you. They actually look really baller on the car too. They had a nice pattern on them, or a nice what size is this? Like a 145 or something I was running on them. What is this? To 195. So 195, 40, 17. So it's a super low profile. But yeah, so these are the wheels. These are the inners. And these wheels are still welded. So right here there's a fat ass weld bead on them. And then there's the silicone over them. So it makes you think that they're like probably the, you know what I mean, the like OEM barrels. But if you see, these say 5, I believe whole. They say 5H 114.3. So that's, 114, that's the lug pattern. And then 17 by 7.5 Vienna Skinettes. So these are the right barrels for these faces, but these aren't 5 holes. These are 4 holes, and they're not 114s either. These are 4x100s, and clearly these are not waffle face wheels, so they're not re-drilled. Waffle face wheels are like, I guess you would consider this a waffle face kind of, but like if this was a 3, or if this was like a real wheel, this could get re-drilled, and then it could be hidden with the center cap cover over it. You can't do that with these. There's no way this was a 5-hole face. So those wheels are really weird. So I don't know. The guy said that he bought those wheels and that he got them from one of the 2 companies that I listed already before. And god damn, I keep blanking out. But he got them from one of the 2 companies that I said before, and I think that he wanted them for a Honda, which doesn't make sense to me either, because Hondas are 4x100, unless she has it was like an Accord or something like that, because those have a different spec. And I think Integris too, but I think he had a Civic. But any fucking ways, it doesn't matter. I ended up with these wheels, and I got them for like $200 back in the day. I was in high school. I think I got them like circa, is that what you would say? Circa era, like circa 2018, 19. I think that's what you guys would say. Look at my dogs over here playing around and shit. But those wheels are on here right now because I need rollers. This thing was on some like pretty baller little tinies, some little tiny wheels. I think it was on some like little 14s or 15s. I think 15s. But I want to get some like other 15s for it. My hair is a mess, but I have my hair in a braid already, so I don't want to fuck with it. But if you guys know my this video is over here about my race car E30. My race car E30. That's what those wheels belong to. So those go to this Johnny over here. So doesn't look like much right now, but I will show you guys a clip of this, and then maybe I have a video from high school with this car drifting it all through the canyons up in Mexico. So hopefully I can save that video and then upload it, like re-upload it on here. Alright y'all, what's cracking? Alright, little pause on the fucking video real quick. So let me get some sunlight up in it. I have a video that I found of the E30 that, you know, the E30 in question. You know what I mean? The original race car, the original drift build right here. I have a video of this thing in action back in Mexico of 2019 on July 3rd, I believe it happened. And then I have a video of me talking about it July 9th, 2019. Man, I look so much younger. I look so different. So check that out. Today's the 9th. That video that I just showed is from the 4th. And the only reason I'm posting this shit is because I looked at E30s doing donuts and everything. Just a whole bunch of weak ass donuts. So yeah, if you guys like that, just like and subscribe. Comment on the video what you guys think. And yeah, that's how my content's always gonna be. You already know. Drifting and shit. Cars, working on cars, and just having fun. Alright guys, so that was a little split, a little break. We're getting back to the video now. And yeah, that's a video that I found from 2019. So I was 18 years old in that video. And I don't know if I ever posted it or not, but it made its way into this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. But that thing used to work. That thing used to party. So we're going to come back like that, and, you know, maybe with the N54 and the thing. But when I cut back to this, when we cut back to the, you know, to the video right now, I continue talking about a video that potentially I will upload for you guys onto this page, but it's not that clip that I just showed. Let's get back to it on here, because you guys might already know what page that's on, and it's still up on YouTube right now, but it's not on this page. Yeah, just welded diff, super gutted, you know, detachable steering wheel, racing seat, nothing else. Like the wire harness is already fucking eliminated a bit, and yeah, there's like a manual steering rack in there, manual conversion, like a bunch of things like that. But it was on like some heated coils and shit back then. Like, yeah, just different things. But anyways, this car went through a lot of different phases. It sat on coilovers for a while. It went through. It was a full built car for a little bit, and then it got stripped down exactly how it is right now. And if you knew about the green E30, then you know that this hood is from the green E30. So this has some parts from the green E30. It has I need to pull those. Actually, I sold one of those mirrors, so I need to pull the other one. Let me get another one, I guess. But has the green hood, and then this car had like a rust hole right here because it had third brake light pulled off way before I even got it. But it finally has a third brake light on it. This thing hasn't been on the road since 2020 actually, because I bought the tags for it because I just smogged it because I'm in California, so it's hard to smog my car, and I had to get it to pass, you know what I mean? But and for the, you know, anybody listening that's official, I'm just, I'm not, my quotations don't mean shit. I just it was a lot of work, all right? But I had to get the car to pass smog back in I don't fucking know what year that is now. But anyways, I had 1 year that was good. And then, well, I paid for the smog, and then I got my tags. And then the next year is when the car was already sitting, and then I got the tags anyways. But, I had aspirations of getting the car back on the road, but I never did it. So it's sitting over here. Has this plate I actually got off the homie Elvin too. Sick. Behind that one. Looks super fucking dope. But here it is. It's sitting as a roller right now, just like a complete roller in a storage unit. Doesn't even have anything on it. You can just have some bullshit, yeah. Some bullshit suspension that was on it. I have my coils in the rear, not in the rear, in the back. But I have my front and my rears that I originally bought for this car that were on the green car as well. And I have the whole cradles and everything in the back. But yeah, this is it right here. I haven't opened it in a long time either, so here's a suicide mob, suicide mob bitch, if you know the fucking logo or the slogan. But I don't got enough energy to be yelling all that right now. So this thing is really just a storage unit right now. Super straight though, like, man, this thing is super straight. This car is sick. Just a bunch of E30 parts in it, and I don't know, nothing special to be honest with you. Holy shit, that was loud. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I mean, this thing is whooped. Like, I even pulled the fuel pump out of it. Like, man, this thing is whooped. Like, just so stacked with shit. So much. That isn't even from this car. That's another wire harness that came from another car. It's another chassis harness, I believe it is. And that's just for like scraps. Thing has a super like decluttered OEM harness in it, but like everything's been cut out of it. All of the doors are like cleared. These are the windows are just up like this. I need to figure out like a nice little way to put like pin mechanism with, like, I don't know, different positions for the window with pins. That would be fucking super cool. I'm gonna do that soon. But I want to start working on this thing ASAP. So I originally cut those out like that. So here, let's go ahead and, how do we do this? I'm gonna set this like this. All right, so let's go ahead and put this window down. So this is my car from high school. So this is my drift car from high school, my race car from high school, race car builds. But this is what I started doing back then. This is all, it's kind of just sitting as like a time capsule, really. But, this is the wood that I used to fold it up. I really cut these the length, and then I use the Dremel, use the cutoff wheel to put that line notch in it so it doesn't slip. But super light doors. All the door locks and everything all work still. But so this is like this because I want to put a cage in this car. And if you see, it's kind of hard, but once I have a bucket in this car, there's more room back here. I can cut out this bottom section as well. I probably will, but I would like to have the cage touch the inside of the door. So, I would still like to have windows in this car, to be honest with you too. So I would just like to have like a nice, really tight fitting cage, but I want it to come out, you know what I mean? I don't want to have to deal with being all squished inside of the car, even though I'm not that big of a guy. My hair is such a mess. Damn, I need to fix it. But yeah, I don't even think I have the hub anymore that was on this car. And then I did a whole removable front end on this thing. You guys can see the video on, I'll pause this thing in between too somewhere. probably in the beginning. So if you guys have seen the video before of it boogieing back in the day, I mean, this thing used to get down, but I can't really lift the hood because my injuries. I need some help with that, but here it is down here. So the engine bay's all out, cleaned, and then it's primered. But if you see over here, all the spot welds are welded or taken out, and then through these holes, it's riv nuts. So you can use bolts, and there's bolts, and bolts. The whole front radiator support, I sat there and I drilled out all the spot welds completely, and then I put riv nuts through them so I can have a removable front end on this car. So it's really easy. I mean, you can probably have the front, or you can probably have the motor out of this thing, out of the front of it in one piece, and like if you really wanted to, you can leave the radiator and everything attached and pull it all as one unit with this like system still connected. Probably in like an hour and a half if you really got to it with like 2 people. So that's super badass. This thing is a dedicated build. I spent a lot of time on this car, a lot of bloodshed and tears, and a lot of me and my friends, wasted lots of hours building this thing. What the hell is that? Loud ass cars going by. So yeah, I want to get back to it. I think the goal soon, ASAP, is I want to see if I can, maybe have some of the homies help me, but I want to come through and empty out this whole interior of this car and then clean it all up. I'm thinking about doing, maybe potentially, I have an S52 in the house for it, but I'm thinking about maybe doing like an N54 inside of this car. That would be a really badass build. Like, that would be insanely fast. So I was thinking about maybe redoing this car instead of having the completely gutted look, cleaning it all up, putting some sound deadening throughout the car, and then putting a nice carpet up in it. All right, and then putting the dash and everything, get a nice dash up in it, and then leave all no accessories underneath, no AC, no nothing like that. Then cage the car. So sound deadening, maybe some paint in the inside too, so any spots that you can see through, they looks good. But sound deadening, cage it, put some carpet in it, and then start working on the exterior of the car. And then put like an N54 in it, get it all running and everything like that. Potentially build a crazy custom chassis harness for it, because right now it already has, like, this is all of the whole, like, the whole chassis harness, not the engine harness. That's the whole chassis harness for the front end right there. Like, I decluttered this whole thing. Like, it comes out from right here. That's the whole thing coming up from the front, and then yeah, that's it. I'm gonna have my dad probably. Oh, my dad can't even come out here, so I'm gonna set this up and let's try to get this set off so you guys can see. All right, y'all. So that is the most that my handicap ass can move the hood right now. But so this is and that's my grandpa's old dog. She's like, her name is Bear, and she's just barking because she wants to go back into the house. But she's outside with the dogs, and she's gonna stay out here because it's nice weather right now, so she can be out here and enjoy the weather. But she's fine. Hey Bear, how are you? She's very old, very, very old. Look at her wagging her little tail. Very, very old dog. I think she's older than me. I mean, 24 years old. I'm about to be 24, and yeah, she's probably the same age as me or older. But we got the hood off, and that's just how she barks. She does not bark. So if you hear in the background, don't mind her. But we got the hood off. Really, really dusty and dirty in here, but it's all primered in here. And this whole chassis harness. So it's all decluttered. That's the whole chassis harness from the front. It's all wrapped up right here, but that's for the other side too, for the headlights. But I mean, that's that side. This is this side. That's the headlights, turn signals, and some fog lights. So the chassis harness on this itself is very, very, very ran through and decluttered. I've spent so many hours on this fucking chassis harness. It's not even funny. So we'll utilize that for a cool ass minute. We have the stock fuse box location right here. We need to do, and I actually have a Willwood brake setup that is good for this or this, but I think it's gonna go in that. But yeah, this thing's got I have an E36 steering rack for it in the backyard that has a manual garagistic block off plate. This thing has some like E36 chrome lower control arms, fully chromed out. And then yeah, drilled out like, then I wish I didn't drill them out. I wish I would have like got like a spot weld like remover. But I was just drilling all the other ones so I could put the rivet nuts through it, so I just drilled those out. But like, you have no hood prop. There's no hood prop over there. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna say it all goofy, but yeah, it's on like some rollers I got off the homie, some suspension wise. But yeah, I think that would be the goal, is like redo this, leave it gutted, but just do a full build race car now, and end up doing a little N54 in it. Maybe just some eBay turbos and I don't know, pretty much just like an eBay build, because I don't know if anybody's seen them or anybody's like has experience with them. Everybody that I know that has experience with them has really good turnouts. One of the homies, he has them in his car, and I don't know if he has it anymore, but he had them in his car and he had it for a while, and he was probably, I mean, one of the fastest little 235s that I've seen. And I know some of the guys out here that are running like 800-900 horsepower on those cars and those motors, and they work. So thinking about maybe putting that inside of this thing right here wouldn't be a bad idea. Get a new top on it, start working on the body. I think I'll end up just priming the car though, and getting it up and running and getting all the suspension on it soon, because I really want to get this thing up and going again. I mean, I haven't driven this car since high school, and that is the main thing. That is the reason why I started doing YouTube in the first place. So I think it needs to be done. I have another set of spindles over there too in the front that I can use to cut up some coilovers onto. But I have, and that car has a 373 welded in it, plate welded, that I did in high school, that I dropped and did in high school. And then I don't know why the fuck I have two right here, but oh, you know what, because that's not an E30 one, that's an E21. That's an E21 Rand. Okay, so here's the front end that I'm going to be using probably inside of the drift car. I might utilize those. I probably will send off those chrome front lowers to get extended, and then like probably get extended like an inch, and then throw them back on the car, and I'll put new ball joints and everything inside of those. Right now, before I had the E46 setup with the garagistic corrections and E36 steering rack, I can't talk, and then I have the garagistic block off plate on it. Yeah, so this has the E46 arms, the garagistic corrections. It had the solid Del rim, but that broke when I was pulling the car out. The garagistic block off plate for the power steering, E36 power steering rack, but like I said, deleted power steering on it. And then we have the Godspeed coils on it as well. And man, they're fucking getting so beat up out here because this tree up here. But we'll rebuild these before we put them on the car, and we'll probably end up changing the spring rates on them as well. And then we have this rear end back here, which is from an auto, and it is a 410. So we'll weld that up, and we'll have something to interchange in between as well. But we have a couple, you know, different cradles and rear ends and subframes and stuff And we have some dope little setup that belongs on that car, so we need to get it back on that car. And then I also have, I think, like, I don't know, I'd have to check. Whatever the same spring rates as Broadway Static Super Lows or whatever the fuck they are, is the same spring rates that I have on the rear of that car. And I was gonna do it on the front of them as well. I'm gonna go for that setup on the Godspeeds. I have Broadway Static like 10Ks or 20Ks or whatever the fuck I just said. That spec. I have those rears. I have some Broadway Static like 3-inch super high spring rates for the rear already, and then Godspeed makes the same spring rates for the front that Broadway uses on that package. They make some chrome ones for the front of these coils, so I can go ahead and get those and then switch over those coils while I do the rebuild on them. And then maybe I can even send the shocks back over to Godspeed, and they can do a rebuild on the shock bodies themselves. I'm not sure if they offer that, but you know, that's a very, very high possibility, and that would be a good one. So I think that's the overall goal with this thing. You know, everything on this car is gonna end up getting touched and getting upgraded. It's been just in the works for a long time, and that's probably why. I mean, it's not probably why. That's why I've let the car stay here for the majority of the time, because I always wanted to do it right. And then every time I would buy parts for it, I ended up using them on my other car. Like, I had long tube headers for it and everything like that, but I've sold all that by now. And I had this car, like I said, all back together and ready to be thrown on the track, but I never ended up utilizing it. So I don't think I'm going to do drift builds with this car anymore. I think it's going to just be strictly race car, not just a race car build. I think it's just going to turn into a straight race car now. N54 swap, and you know, get this thing on the road. And you know, maybe those motor plans end up changing down the line, but let's start working on this thing ASAP. I have nothing but time. Let's get a series going on this thing, and I mean, I'm healing, so let's get some of my friends or buddies, you know, if anybody is down to help, you know, come through. Let's grill up and cook up some food and drink some beers and blaze some flour and have a good time out here, man. But you know, tap in, let's get that scheduled up, because I'm ready to get this thing on the road, get things going. I would rather have a bunch of cool things that are a bunch of, you know, and they're all almost finished. The Fox body is about to be, you know, done probably in a couple months, and I'm gonna go pick up that motor. That video's coming for you guys in a couple days. I'm gonna go pick up that motor on Friday. Today's Wednesday, so I'm gonna go pick up that motor on Saturday morning, I believe. So that's, you know, things are coming. We're moving in a direction, and we have a lot of dope things planned, y'all. So, you know, be in the mood for that. And I think that's gonna be the end of the video. We're gonna wrap it up right there. She's over here looking at bugs and shit, but I think we're gonna wrap it up right there like that. That's gonna be the end of the video for you guys. And shit, tap in, like, comment, and subscribe, because I am trying to get to 500 subscribers. So if you guys can do that for me, you know, leave a like, leave a comment below, and subscribe. Means the most to me. I love that reach outs, and maybe I have some merch coming for you guys too. I'm thinking about getting some merch made that I just have an idea of for just for myself, for some fun, and for some of the homies. But maybe you guys like it as well, and we'll get some printed up and made for you guys also. So stay tuned, and shit, later, y'all.